The most common mistake new trainers make when they're training heel is they reward the wrong behavior. So what you want to do, come here, Mavi. Okay. So first I'm going to show you what most new trainers do when they are rewarding heel. Heel. Halt. Good girl. So what I did was I rewarded the sit. I didn't reward the heel. If you're training heel, then only focus on heeling and reward that heel. So instead what I want to do, ready? So instead what I'm going to do is reward the heel. Mav, heel. Yes. I throw backwards because she has a tendency to forge. You're going to reward whatever works best for you and your dog, but reward the heel, don't reward the sit. The next common mistake new trainers make is they start adding direction change to their heeling training too early in the game. I want my dog to have perfect heel position before I ever start changing. A lot of trainers will just start throwing in right turn, left turns, and about turns from the get-go. But now what you're doing is training 4 different elements. You're training heel position, you're training right turns, you're training left turns, and you're training an about turn. I only train 1 element at a time, and I'm going to make sure that heel position is perfect before I add the next step up. So think of it as kindergarten. Your dog needs to learn all the kindergarten skills in order to be successful in 1st grade. So instead, I will just do long distance heeling. So let's start up here. Heel. Yes. Okay, so now we'll come back the other direction. Yes. All right, get that straight heel perfect before you ever start with a direction change. The third mistake new trainers make when training heel to their dog is they don't give their dog their undivided attention. If I don't pay attention to my dog, I don't know when she's not paying attention to me. She may look at a butterfly. She may sniff something on the ground. I need to immediately get my dog's attention. Now, if she's fairly new to training, I'm not going to give her a correction. What I'll do is just wait until she looks back at me, like right now. Yes, right now she's so unfocused. So she just looked away from me. And I waited her out until she looked back, and I gave her my marker word, and I gave her a treat. That's exactly what you want to do with heel. If they are sniffing the ground too much or sightseeing, it's probably really, really early in their training experience. And so just wait until they look at you. The instant they look at you, you want to give the marker sound and you want to give them a reward. That's heel. So even though I'm looking forward, my dog is in my awareness. I can see her out of my peripheral vision. I don't ever want to be in a position when I'm training a new behavior, and I just saw she turned away, but she looked back at me before I had a chance to do anything about it. But you always want to be aware of your dog. Never take your attention off your dog. Good girlie, yes, good girl. The fourth mistake new trainers make is which hand they're holding the leash in and which hand they're giving the treat to. So think about what you want with your dog. I want my dog parallel with me. A lot of people will hold the leash in their left hand because it's closer to their dog's body. But look what happens when I have that treat in my right hand. Come here. And look what happens just from the get-go. She's turning sideways to look at my treat hand. And this is especially important if you're going to feed directly from your hand. I want to create high energy, so I'm tossing it so it's not as much of an issue. But if I'm walking with my dog and she does good and I feed from my hand, I'm just asking her to cross my body. Her back end goes out. I'm creating that crab walk. So that's going to be very sloppy and earn you points off. So instead, what I want to do, if I'm going to treat my dog from my hand instead of throwing it, can you straighten up, please? I'm going to treat from my left hand, and I'm going to treat out so it's in line with her body. Okay, I want to create that straight heel. So I'm going to treat from my left hand. Another common mistake is new trainers are inconsistent when rewarding, when correcting, and when just trying to get the dog to continue on. So if I was heeling, and my dog was heeling nice and I gave her a treat, she just looked away from me. So I would have either changed direction to get her back to me. I would have given her a slight leash correction. And unfortunately, a lot of people treat the reward as a release, and you don't want to do that. So again, I want her to always be paying attention to me, and I'm not going to be able to get that if I'm not paying attention to her. I'm always watching her. If she looks away, I'm going to give her a slight correction. If she's paying attention to me, I'm going to reward her. Be very consistent. Reward effort, reward the good, and do not allow any behavior that is not consistent with good heeling. Another mistake I see of new trainers is they expect their dog to pay attention for a very, very long duration. And you saw how her head wavered. So she's not ready for that. The biggest problem was I was talking to the camera instead of paying attention to my dog. So again, don't do two things at once. Give your dog undivided attention, but don't ask them for an endurance beyond what their expectations are. Ready? Let's try it again. Good girl. Heel. So she's doing very well because I'm giving her all my attention. Yes. Yes. Just don't advance too soon. Give your dog a chance to process what you're training. Heel. Good girl. Good.